Pipeline trumps impressions, revenue trumps clicks. Obvious, right? So why are so many B2B marketers still stuck with reporting on impressions, clicks, and conversions? Well, it isn't because they are ignorant to the benefits of revenue. The B2B marketer knows that the status quo not only complicates the task of optimizing efforts, but also forces them to bring clicks to the boardroom like knives to a gunfight. The reason is simply because making the link between marketing and revenue isn't easy. The B2B customer journey is long and complex, and the resulting data trail sends shivers down the spine of even the most veteran of data scientists. Where we say enough of having no option but to optimize towards vanity metrics, enough of the boardroom perceptions that marketing is the cost center and sales the revenue generator. That's why I'm setting out this simple and practical guide for helping B2B marketers put revenue at the heart of their process. The revenue feedback loop is a conceptual process model for putting revenue at the core of your marketing. The first and most important stage is analysis, knowing what's working and what isn't. And crucial to this process is analytics. That is, having the right data processing in place to measure every single one of your marketing efforts against revenue. From paid campaign to content to emails, you name it. But for this, you need to collect, process, and model the account-based B2B customer journey data. From the anonymous first touch made by that first stakeholder to when the deal is closed and won. A process that takes time and resources to implement, unless of course you opt for purchasing a plug-and-play solution like Dreamdata, which is available off the shelf. Now, once this connection is made, the sky really is the limit in how much you can slice and dice your marketing data to identify exactly what is working and where, and just what isn't. But most importantly, you want to ensure that you're putting in place revenue metrics across all levels of the marketing operation, whether that's customer acquisition cost or return on investment at the board level, enough of those clicks and conversions, or ROAS and CPA at the channel and campaign level. Once you've done all this, you can safely and reliably move on to planning according to your business goals. Planning stage is where you're going to be putting into place your revenue-focused marketing strategy. This means taking all the learnings from the analysis stage, what channel has driven the best ROI, what campaign has the lowest CPA, what content has influenced the most revenue, and align them to your business goals. Exactly how you do it is going to depend on what your marketing setup is. The next stage is action. Here's where you're going to be putting into place all that plan and strategy, having all your assets and your marketing team working together towards the objectives that you've set in the previous stage. There's little else to do here but making sure that they're completely aligned with those objectives and that they're running as efficiently as possible. Of course, you can use KPIs to make sure you're benchmarking this throughout the life cycle of these campaigns. The customer journey is long, so it's going to be a while before you see the revenue ticking in. You're going to have to introduce some KPIs in order to measure how it's performing through those months. And last but not least, in this conceptual loop is revenue. I mean, this stage is less about intervening in action and putting into place. It's simply about the data, making sure you get that data that tells you whether or not something has worked and has helped impact the bottom line or not. Ultimately, the revenue feedback loop helps overcome the limits of what can be termed the traditional marketing paradigm by putting revenue and not clicks, impressions, and even conversions as the focal point of your efforts, which ultimately means you can completely align marketing's objectives directly with the wider business goals. You can allocate resources according to their impact on the bottom line. You can then optimize campaigns, channels, and the rest of your efforts based on how much pipeline and revenue they generate. And of course, you can foster a process of accountability towards revenue targets and sales.